I came here to talk about smart cables. Smart are not intelligent, doesn't mean intelligent, stands for scientific, monitoring, and reliable telecommunications. A little history, just to frame my introduction. A friend of mine used to say that telegraph cable served empire, coaxial cables serve nations, and digital cables, optical cables are serving people. But we want to go further than this. From people to mankind. How? Making a telecommunications infrastructure with a dual purpose. Beyond telecom, serving also science and society, and also contributing to the submarine cables protection. JTF Smart Cable, Joint Task Force for Smart Cable, is a UN initiative. It's bring together science with telecom industry together for global observation, tentatively at a global scale. JTF Smart Cables are fully aligned with the UN SDGs and UN early warnings for all. What are the observables? Obtain a global scale and eventual global coverage, focus on three very basic observables, which are ocean bottom temperature, pressure, and seismic motion. The spirit was KISS approach, keep it simple and stupid. And is very simple, but is essential what we are getting from it. What will be monitoring? Ocean general circulation, all scales, deep temperature, sea level rise, AMOC meridional overturning circulation, and ocean warming. This from the side of ocean sciences. From the side of seismic activity, smart cables can detect earthquakes, transmit that information at the speed of light through a fiber optic to land, to coastal countries, and give the information enough to produce early warnings. Talking about earthquakes, and we can do also the same for the tsunamis. The lead time for earthquakes will be tens of seconds. The lead time for tsunamis will be tens of minutes. That will save a lot of people, will avoid a lot of injuries in case we have the bad luck to have a big seismic event like this. What are the deliverables? Climate change, ocean science and geophysics, disaster mitigation, with earthquake and tsunami early warnings. All that data is not commercial data, will be shared globally among scientific communities and international organizations. At the end, smart cables contribute also for the cable protection. For the cable protection of the smart cables and other cables on its vicinity. This is fully aligned with European Union joint communication to strengthen the security and resilience of submarine cables that is based on 4 pillars: prevention, monitoring, detection, and deterrence. Just an example of this. If we integrate smart cables route with AIS, radio frequency, coastal radars, other information, optical fiber sensor, and smart cables, we can detect impacts due to fishing trawlings, anchors or other objects, landslides, turbidity currents, earthquake, noise from nearby engines, and propeller cavitation. This can be performed by smart cables. Technology. We want that technology being neutral. we have in a smart cable a telecom part plus an observation part. We have a dedicated fiber pair for the observation part without any interference with the telecom part. Sensors are hosted in a telecom repeater or alternative in a housing, independent housing. The name, two examples of these is the CC node by ASN and a prototype of a smart repeater from deep sea, subsea, sorry. Funding. All the funding of the observation part is public, should be public. For the time being, will have to be like that. I used to say that when we buy a car, we feel strange if that car doesn't have a seat belt and an airbag. We don't mind, we don't care about the cost, the participation of that cost for the total cost of the car. But we feel strange if the car doesn't have the seat belt and the airbag. I do believe that within 20 years, that will feel strange also if a cable doesn't have sensors. That's the way I believe will go. Operation and maintenance costs for the wet part, in principle, zero. No operation and maintenance costs of the wet part. Licensing, in our way to view it, a smart cable should get a fast track in the licensing and permits. Why? Because smart cables are providing additional value to the landing country. Beyond telecom interconnection, that's the objective of the cable. Since it's dual purpose, it can also serve science, society, and cable protection. Examples. The first wet demo is running in Sicily and is working. The two systems, they were already funded and they are under contract. The small one is interconnection between New Caledonia and Vanuatu. New Caledonia is an international cable, not very long, but it is an international cable. We'll have 4 smart modules. This is ASN, the provider, and they will have 4 CC nodes. The other one will interconnect mainland Portugal to Azores and Madeira, almost 4,000 kilometers length. Is a total public investment. The 2/3 of the investment was supported by European Union under the CEF digital program. Just for comparing, if you have 2 buoys for detecting tsunamis here, the cost of this during 25 years will be the same of having 20 CC nodes operating here in the same 25 years. That means CC nodes get much more data from the pressure, temperature, seismic activity. Tsunami buoys just detect the waves and the tides, anything more. And the cost is huge for the buoys. What we'll have in Atlantic Azores, we'll have 2 landing points in mainland, then we'll go to Azores, landing in 2 islands, then to Madeira, and then coming back to the mainland. The area of the CC nodes will have 6, more and less here, 2 here, and so forth. In all the system, we'll have extra fiber for DAS. We do believe in DAS, and we do believe that DAS will complement the data got from the CC nodes. Please have in mind that anything, the sensors, the data got from the sensors cannot be beat by DAS. CC nodes can measure thousands of variation of Celsius degree, can measure centimeters of the column of the water and detect the waves. DAS doesn't have that accuracy. But DAS can work together with the CC nodes. And it's good if we'll do that. Other potential projects not funded yet, but they have some advances. We have polar systems, from Polar Connect to ZAS Connect, Far North Fiber. This will be the shortest route between Northern Europe to Japan. We have another cable, a scientific cable from southern Chile to Antarctica. This will go through the Drake Passage that will be essential to measure ocean values, because I was not aware this stream here is 5 times stronger than the Gulf Stream. And this is the natural interconnection between the Pacific and the Atlantic. Other system that is being talking is MIST, a system in the Mediterranean, also that announced the intention to be a smart cable. Other systems are being talked, even in South America, but too soon to identify them for the time being. Other system is not potential, it will go ahead, will be a smart system interconnecting 7 islands of Azores. This will be equipped with wet sensors and optical fiber sensors all over. We'll have also an innovation, a lag just for testing new equipment. This is crossing a free technological zone. We'll have special treatments for licensing, permits, and so on. Recently, we went to Brussels to CEF Digital Conference, and at the end, they put the question which key features of CEF Digital should be supporting for the next 5 years. It was a survey using a QR code, and we were very pleased to know that the most sexy word was smart. It was very good for JTF smart cables. I'm ending, just a summary. Smart cables are an asset. Smart cables will revolutionize the environment and seismic detection at the very deep sea. Smart cables are also an asset to cable operators, since contribute for the protection of the cable and also other cables in their vicinity. Smart cables are, I should say, a perfect example of multi-purpose infrastructure at the service of telecom sector, science and society. I'm ending now just to translate, not a Portuguese say, but it's a phrase that we used to say, is as long as there is sea and wind and cables, we won't stop sailing. Thank you so much.